Hello everyone and welcome back to another AFK journey video. In this video we're going to be recruiting for Harak, taking him to Supreme Plus minimum and maybe above that if we can get good enough luck with the pulls. We're on OldGreyGamer's account and then we're going to be showing him in Dream Realm and Arena. So for today there's still going to be more testing done for the optimal Harak Dream Realm team. I made a video earlier today testing on the Vietnam server, and that is basically the team people are running right now, but maybe people will find an even better team than that. Okay, so let's go right into it, and then we'll do arena testing as well. Okay, let's go. One interesting thing to note is that people, I saw one replay of someone using a Mythic Plus Harak, and that managed to beat the previous best team by a little bit, maybe 1 billion in power. So maybe Mythic Plus or Supreme Harak would actually be usable for a minor boost to your score in Dream Realm. But in my opinion, really, when you think about it, Supreme Plus is going to be really important for him because that's going to give him the 700 energy back each time he casts ultimate, and that is really crucial. It will ramp up his damage a lot. So to get those crazy damage numbers for Skyclops and Necrodraken, you're going to need to take him to Supreme Plus. Okay, so let's see. That is going to be another pity, unfortunately. But this is the sad thing about Stellar Crystals and Stargaze Station. The rate is really low, just like with regular rate up recruitments. And so most of the time it will take you till pity until you can get him. But he is totally functional at Supreme Plus. Again, Paragon is primarily only a PvP upgrade, which is not needed for most people. And even in PvP, you can use him without having a Paragon Ascension. He'll be fine. Okay, so let's continue with this. We have... Wow, we got a lot of diamonds. I guess that's kind of good. Okay, and we dodged pity. Not bad. Great. Okay, so we got one off pity so far, which is great news. Hopefully we can do that a couple more times. One. Yeah, but okay, and the other thing about Harak is that I think you should still wait and see, because so far he has been the best in slot hero for Necrodraken and Skyclops, but those are two bosses which like heavily favor him as an option compared to other heroes. The other bosses are going to be more standard, and so Harak might be able to find a place. I think people will be able to come up with some teams with him, but you know, there are a lot of great damages. As I mentioned in my video I uploaded yesterday about before you pull Harak, because we have Ludovic with the skill power this season is absolutely insane. He just didn't do very well in Necrodraken today because of the fact that he is not able to move himself, so he can't remove the debuff onto him, and his damage is heavily reduced. But in the other bosses, Ludovic is going to be dealing a lot of damage yet again. Okay, and also Smokey couldn't work in the Necrodraken because of the energy drain. So as of right now, we're going to keep going. I think we're going all in because he's planning to take eventually Harak to Paragon. So we're just going to keep going with our stargazing until we have none left. And if we get good enough luck, then we also are able to buy 2 copies from the guild store. So that's going to be that. Okay, but I think as of right now, we can take a look at where we're standing right now. In total, you're going to need the 14 copies, and that's the 1 initial copy along with another 13 on top of that. Okay, so we have him up to basically Mythic Plus. But that shows you, that was like, I mean, over 200 Stellar Crystals, and that's what it's going to take. And also, we bought the pop-up bundle in order to get him to Mythic Plus. And like I mentioned, Mythic Plus can be like a minor upgrade, potentially to the previous best team. At least for Necrodraken, but it's not a major upgrade. So Supreme Plus is still going to be pretty important for him. So if you cannot take him to Supreme Plus right now, my recommendation is to wait. And keep holding your resources. Yeah. Okay. Okay, back to back. Awesome. Go to back Harak. Let's see if we can do that again. So that's another 2 copies. So we need 3 more to take him to Supreme Plus. Okay, there we go. Another one in before the pity. So could we possibly get him to Paragon right now? Because just with these copies alone and buying the 2 from the guild store, that is enough for Supreme Plus. We're probably not going to get 6 more off of 120 Stellar Crystals. So I think we might just stop there and pick up the other ones from the guild store, and later on he can take him to Paragon. Yeah, do we want to just save our guild coins though? Like, isn't it better to get it naturally from the stellar crystals because we get temporal essences and things along the way? We'll try to do it naturally, I think. Just get 2 more copies of Harak and then save the guild coins for whatever he chooses to buy. But I'm sure it will be Harak as well. But, okay. So worst case, another 80 crystals is what it is going to take to get the 2 more copies. But yeah, so the first one took 40 because we had to go to pity and continue. So my plan is that, and also the thing is, okay, back to back, awesome. Okay, we're done. So we have him at Supreme Plus. We're good to go. We would need 4 more copies, and then the 2 from the guild store in order to get him to Paragon 1, which I think we're not gonna get 4 copies of 70. Like, unless we're like the greatest luck of all time. So we'll just stop there for now. Okay, so this is amazing. We're gonna be able to take him to Supreme Plus. And okay. So, yeah, back to the point about he is important as a hero, but I think him and Taylene kind of are going to be that third Celestial Hypogean you want to build on your account, either one of the 2. Because you need to go Rainier to Mythic Plus first. He's really important. And then Freyaster to at least Supreme, maybe even Supreme Plus. And then finally going for either Harak or Taylene as your third one. And if it's Harak, you have to take into Supreme Plus. If it's Taylene, you can stop at Supreme. Like, I've stopped my Taylene at Supreme right now, and I'm gonna hold my resources and plan to go for Harak, but it's gonna take a long time for me to get there. So like, I'm not gonna go summoning for him 1 by 1, because by the time I have enough to even take him up to Supreme Plus, the next Celestial Hypogean hero will be out, and so I might just want to go for that one instead. So that's kind of like my advice, is that if you can't take him at least to Mythic Plus immediately, I would wait. And even Mythic Plus, I just don't think it's going to be game-changing enough for Dream Realm. It's such a minor score boost of what I've seen so far. You need that Supreme Plus energy recovery in order to really pop off for him for Dream Realm and become an incredible damage dealer. But once he gets that Supreme Plus, he is insane. And also, plus 15 exclusive equipment is important for him for PvP. And then on each kill, he gets 50% of the max health of the enemy that he is killing. And yeah, I would even go for the Twilight Essences, taking him to plus 20, but that can happen over time. Okay, so we already have Harak Charms because they were bought from the Charm Merchant, I'm guessing. Yeah, and we're not going to craft any because Butcher Charms will be good for Harak. I think those will be the best, which give him crit and crit damage boost, but there are other more like higher priority heroes to be running or to be giving charms to. Okay, so here we go. Now, the team that we have tested as of right now that has been doing the best has been this team. And you have the Mikola to be this, like, Professor Illusion up front to take the first Devour of Harak. We're going to have him in the back with the Resonating Spell to give him more energy and more attack. And we have the Crimson Contract onto Harak for even more energy. So this is the best team that we have found so far with the early day testing I did on the Vietnam server. Definitely for this boss, Lily May and Harak both will be great options. You'll want to run them together. And because Lily May is such a core damage dealer for this boss, you're going to want to have Rainier as well, because Rainier increases the damage Lily May deals. So this is perfect. We're going to Devour the Illusion first because he was the frontmost in our team placement. And then the next Devour usually is going to be Mikola because their HP ratio is low. And it would be ideal if we could Devour... I don't know, yeah, I guess devouring the Mikola here actually is the right thing. The Frester and his Illusion can survive for longer and keep dealing a bit of damage. But the Frester and the Illusion just don't deal much damage in this boss because of the debuff. If your heroes remain stationary for like a certain duration of time, then their damage dealt is going to be reduced. Like you can see the attack debuff on both the Frester and the Illusion. That's why... okay, great, we're going to eat the Illusion right now. But that is why Lily May and Harak do so well in this boss fight. Because they move around, and that is going to dispel the debuff off of them. But look at this, see, like if you look at the energy of Harak, right? This 700 energy he got back, this is all thanks to his Supreme Plus ability. And it allows him to recast his ultimate so frequently in the boss fight. And that all of his damage comes from his ultimate. And mainly from that HP per second damage for endless bosses. Because each strike... Okay, this is the problem. We ate Lily May towards the end. We want to... In this position, you want to eat the Frestro. Lily May still would be dealing damage if she were alive here. Still, we get a pretty good score. Like, on the Vietnam server, I got 76 billion. And here we got 75 billion. And with more runs, we could get an even higher score. And looking at the damage dealt, yeah, Lily May and Harak both did a lot of damage. We can share that. And we have the optimal Lily May charms, the sorcery charms. Those are the ones we want for Lily May. Yeah, we have them.
No threats.
Okay, so that is good. Now we're going to go for PvP testing in the regular arena. We have 6 attacks we have left that we can do. Okay, so we're going to attack the top rankers right now. Okay, rank 4. And I have done some PvP testing already of Harak, so I have an idea of what we can do. Dunlinger would also be, I guess, kind of a good idea to keep the Harak safe. But I think the other ways of keeping him safe are just having the Frester Illusion damage reduction onto him, and then the Scarlita shielding him. So let's go for Damien. Damien is here. So Harak, and then Fresto. Okay. So, could we try it like this? Have them off to the side. This way Harak is even more protected, and you can run towards the backline. Basically, the diagonal hits really hard, and that is a problem. His arrows have the ability to nuke through the Harak, but with the damage reduction of Illusion Fresto and the shielding of Scarlita, it should be enough to protect him. Okay, he goes immediately for the weakest enemy, which is the Dunlinger. Okay, and all that Harak needs is 1 kill. After he gets 1 kill, he gains, or assist, he gains the attack and HP of that hero. Also his plus 15 exclusive equipment gives him the immediate HP recovery from that. And he will become so strong. Okay, so yeah, it's already over. The game is already over, and let's take a look at the damage chart there. So Harak didn't even do that much. Basically, Lily May did everything, but Lily May fed assists to the Harak. Because he will gain, upon assist or defeating a unit, and he will gain these stats. And so Lily May would help him to get there. Okay, and he was totally able to survive in this position. So we'll try again, another team. Another top ranking team. I want to try all the top meta teams. So here, oh, there's another strategy. There's another strategy, which is using Vala and Sylvina. And this is actually the perfect time to demonstrate it. So Vala and Sylvina onto the Dunlinger, or Diurnal, because they're both going to weaken him, and then with his Tidal Assault, he targets the weakest enemy. We want him to get onto the Diurnal and get an easy kill or assist for the team. So that is our plan. And then finally we can go for, again we can go for the Fresto. Yeah, I think we can go something like this should be fine. Or like this. Okay, let's try this. In Lightning Spell, we can go for it. So we want to see, are they going to kill the Diurnal so fast that I can't even Tidal Assault him? I want the Tidal Assault. There we go. Yes. Tidal Assault gets a killing blow onto the Diurnal. And now we get 1 stack. We have 2 stacks. It is game over from this point. Like, in PvP, it's just, he's pretty insane. And I think even on defense, he's going to be crazy. Because you can just run him with Fresto or Scarlita and things like that. And for Supreme Arena, you can run him Fresto, Scarlita, and him. That's already 3 Hypogean Celestial heroes. Okay, let's find another team. So, to keep trying this strategy. Now here, there's not like a great target that we can hit with the Valor Sylvina, because they have everything just dodging all over the place, Lily May and stuff. So we're going to go back to our more basic strategy. And can we try Shakir? We could try Shakir. I'm thinking like something like this, and then have Damien as the final hero here. Let's try this and see what happens. So no Scarlita, but let's see. All we need to do is get 1 or 2 kills, and then we're in really good shape. Okay, on to the weakest enemy. Shakir is running around the side. The Bellavorta should be wearing off soon. Harak gets a kill. I think 1 kill is already gone, and The kill onto Thorin doesn't count because he revives himself. There we go. And now he casts his ultimate and he moves from one target to the next until his ultimate duration ends. Now Harak actually ends up dying here though, because he got knocked off by Scarlita and the damage from Lily Maze. So this is basically showing you that it's not foolproof with Harak. If the Lily Maze deals enough damage to him, then he can die, even after getting some stacks. I want to replay this fight. Yeah, and Shakira just wasn't great. We should have just run Scarlita, I think, to protect the Harak more. So we go on to the Dunlinger. And Shakira's attacking from the back. Main Frester goes down. That's a problem, because then we lose the illusion as well. s+harak has gotten 1 kill already, and now he gets his 2nd kill, moving to the back, kills the Damien, or the Toy Chariot. And Lily Maid though comes down with the Scarlita. And Scarlita is going to finish off the Harak. So that is the thing. Yeah, you need to have a good enough team around him, and we didn't want the Frester to die immediately, the main Frester. So that was just kind of like the testing, which showed Shakir didn't just really do that well. I guess if there's not a Dunlinger on the opponent team, you can try something with Shakir, but otherwise Scarlita is just definitely the best choice. Okay, so let's try again. Lily May is really good with him though, because that helps feed him kills, right? Like, that's the same idea behind Vala and Sylvina with Harak. They weaken down an enemy so that with the Tidal Assault he can go and finish off that enemy to gain the stacks. Okay, so we're gonna have Scarlita behind the... No, I think we're gonna have Scarlita here. Harak will be on the left side. But actually we want all of these heroes on one side. I think we're gonna have them like this, and Harak over here. Yeah, I mean, Frester himself should be safe in this position, and then we have all the heroes grouped up around Damien. We have the damage reduction onto Harak, and I prefer the damage reduction onto Harak because I think either soul pacting him or illusion damage reducing him, that's how you're going to protect him. And now Scarlita shielding, giving him those defenses as well, and that health. He's going to easily be able to charge up to his energy, maximum energy to cast his ultimate. And then he's just going to get his kills that he needs. You could also put him behind the main Fresto. I think that would be fine too. Okay, get an interruption onto the enemy Fresto. Their Lily May is going to interrupt my Harak though. That's a problem, right? No, they interrupt my Fresto. Okay, now Harak is going to cast his ultimate, and there we go. Can he kill the Fresto with those 10 strikes? The Fresto is tanky, but finally we get a kill, so that's going to be 1 stack for Harak. Scarlita died somehow, which is bad news. We're unaffected during the duration of our ultimate cast, so the hypnotization doesn't work. Oh no, Scarlita combos me with the Tossie, but we're still alive because of the stacks. All we need is 1 more hit. We got the Scarlita dead. There we go. There we go for Tidal Assault, because whenever you get a sister kill, it resets the duration, like you can recast Tidal Assault. Lily May has now gone down, and boom. The Tidal Assault to finish.
I will be praised for this.
Harak is insane. Once he gets going, he's crazy. But if you can shut him down before he gets going, that's the way to counter him, with like a Lily May's damage burst onto him or interrupting him. And keep in mind, this is the other thing. He's only Supreme Plus. He's not Paragon. And he's still doing crazy things, as long as you can support him for long enough to survive. Okay, we can attack Thompson, because Thompson is a player who was in the top like 2 or top 3 of Arena, but went inactive, and now he's in the rank. Oh no, they've automatically, it's changed to the different formations, the people who are inactive in Arena, so you'll easily be able to hit them down. Okay, so this was the Dunlinger team. For this one, you have to go for Scarlita, in my opinion. You have to go for Scarlita. And we saw that it didn't really work out too well when we had the heroes off on this side. So I'm going to have everyone in the middle here. Again, damage reduction onto the Harak, I think, is going to be the way we want to go. Energy for Scarlita is really good as well, because then when she comes down, she can cast her ultimate pretty much immediately. Okay, so Frester Illusion is tanking all of the damage, which is fine for us. Next up, okay, our Harak is taking damage, and they're bursting through this, but the Scarlita shield comes off. We need healing from Damien right now. Okay, we get the Tidal Assault knock up, but I'm worried about Lily May. We got a growth. We got a growth because we killed something, but my Frester is dead. Okay, but now Harak is ulting. Okay, he killed 2 of the enemies. I think one of them was Damien though, but look at that. Look at that, and then along with Scarlita, immediately able to cast her ultimate when she descends. We have enough surviving allies for it to deal true damage. And that is going to be game over. So Harak is, overall, he is just one of the most fun heroes. There's no question about it. For PvP, he is so much fun. But I do really think he synergizes well with Scarlita. I think that shielding is really important. Oh no, Thompson again, we can't attack him. That shielding is really important to keep him alive for the Scarlita shielding. I think that for a lot of teams is useful. This team you can just run Vala, right? You don't need to run Scarlita. Let's try Vala and no Sylvina and see if it will still put him like low enough that my Harak will target him. Because then it can also work. We want him to have low enough health so that Harak Tidal Assault... Okay, Tidal Assault didn't focus him and then we got knocked out. So you need to have enough of a burst onto the diagonal in order to... because Tidal Assault goes off like maybe 5 or 6 seconds into the match, and if you don't burst down the enemy you're targeting fast enough, then it won't work. But with Sylvina and Vala, it did work because we burst him down enough, but then we almost killed him too quickly. And then, but thankfully Tidal Assault came off at the perfect time. So anyway, guys, amazing showcase of Harak in Arena. Definitely, he is super dominant there, and he is amazing in Dream Realm for at least 2 bosses, Necrodraken and Skyclops, and we're going to see for the other bosses how crazy he can be. So, big thank you to OldGreyGamer for letting us use his account for this day 1 testing. This shows you what he is capable of. For PvP, even at Mythic Plus, he will be doing similar type things in PvP, soloing enemy teams if you can give him kills. Before Mythic Plus, he is not going to be very good, so I would not recruit for him if you can't get him at least to Mythic Plus, number 1. And number 2, for Dream Realm, at Mythic Plus, he's going to have very limited use. It's going to be only minor boost to your scores, which I don't really think is worth it. But at Supreme Plus, he is going to boost your scores to another level. Like in Necrodrake and Skyclops, he's going to boost your score by 10 billion compared to the second best team option. At least for these 2 bosses. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. That's going to be it for this one. I'll hopefully see you guys in the next video. And until then, everyone, peace out for now, and thank you for watching.